Guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video. Here you can see in this test tube I have a lasius niger ant queen. He was found completely by accident. We were just digging up in the garden to plant flowers, and my brother just saw it and picked it up. So I was like, okay, let me make a video about it, and I'm gonna keep it. So here I am. So 2 days ago when we found her, she was pretty weak. So even though this species of ants don't need any food in the founding stage, I still gave her a drop of honey just in case. She was real thin, and yeah, I just wanted her to survive, and I can make a video about it too. So yeah, I gave a drop of honey on a piece of tinfoil, and I keep her in a pretty simple test tube setup, just water blocked up with cotton that gets wet, and the queen ant can just drink from it. And the test tube is plugged up with another piece of cotton, which air comes through and she can breathe from there. Let's talk a bit about the species. Lasius niger is a species that's probably the most common species in Europe. It's everywhere. It can live in trees, under soil, under rocks, and sometimes it's entering houses to live in there. It's a really tough species. It can really survive for a long time. Even if you forget to feed them, they'll still make it for some time. Or if you forget to hydrate their nest, they still keep going. They just don't die that easy. For food, they eat basically anything. You can give them dead insects, fruit, sugar water, honey water, basically anything that's an insect, fruit. And they also need water at all time, or they'll keep producing more brood if their conditions are good enough. The good thing about these species is they don't bite or sting. They're aggressive if they're disturbed, but they can't really do anything because they're so small, and they have a stinger, but it's so small it can't even pierce through human skin. If you're going to be new to ant keeping, these ants are probably the most recommended for beginners, as they're so easy to keep and they don't really need anything special. They can even be kept at just room temperature. They don't need to be heated, but more brood progress if they heated. Their hibernation, I think it's from maybe it was like November to April, March, something like that. It depends on where you live. Now, I'm sorry if the quality is not so good, but hopefully next video will be better, as right now I'm just filming with my phone. Now, I have many ant nests in my garden, so I may have an idea from where it came from, but these ant nests are like spread all over my garden, and I have a pretty big garden though, so I don't know which it came from, so I'm not sure if it's a lasius niger or maybe a lasius flavus or something else. Most lasius species are claustral, like this one here. And that means that they don't need any food in the founding stage until their first workers hatch. Now, the reason I gave her honey is because she looked kind of weak and real thin, and I don't know if she was maybe out of wing muscles, which is what they feed to their young. So I just gave it just in case. Maybe she had eggs already, but they eventually died as it got colder for like a week. So maybe they died and she didn't have any for that reason. Now, I don't know if maybe this queen have been out all year, because I didn't notice any nuptial flights outside. The food that they use is the wing muscles of the queen. She melts them down and give them wing muscle soup to her larvae and pupae. Now, if you have this type of ant, and you don't know if it's time to move them in, or you just can't count as how many workers there are, a good rule to use is, if you can't feed them in a test tube without any escapes, it's time to move them into a new setup. For example, you can go to a website, Aesthetic Ants, those are really good nests, or Wakushi, those are a bit more expensive. Both of those are real good, so I recommend both. Here you can see some clips of the queen ant. You can see how she looks, how she cleans herself, and just how she moves. And you can see maybe if you have one. thanks for watching this video. I hope you will watch my next video, which will be in the next week or the end of this one. It won't be an update on the queen, it will be about the queen that I ordered online. I won't say the species, you'll see next week. And the video will be about the new queen. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. See you next week.